So him being a 3-starter playing 5 pitchers,
can't get no better. Pretty much
sets him up for success.
I got you.
So when you move him down to the 5 spot, and now he's going against the weaker guys.
Yeah, the expectations ain't as high, and
teams, just holding the 4 runs, 6-4. Just go 6 innings and 4 runs. 6 innings and 3 runs is considered a quality start in baseball. So going 6-4, 6-5 is actually not bad for CC in baseball nowadays in AL.
I got you.
So
okay, but
and you getting a veteran. You're getting a dog. CC, one of my favorite pitchers. That run he had in Milwaukee was amazing. One of the better runs I've seen in baseball as far as pitching. So shout out to CC, one of the rare Yankees you'll hear me shout out.
So all right, real quick, going back. So DeGrom over Scherzer, you agree with it ultimately?
Once again, no. I thought Scherzer
should have won.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Scherzer should have won.
All right, respect it. All right, so all right, now to the main award, the MVP, and we're gonna start off with the AL. So you had the 3, Mike Trout for the Angels, Mookie Betts, still the best name in baseball, for the Red Sox, and then Jose Ramirez for Cleveland, for the Cleveland Indians. So Dave, he had told me that his pick was definitely Mookie, and sure enough, he won it. Mookie Betts with the W, with the MVP award, and I want to get your thoughts on that one there. You're a big Red Sox fan. Boys just won the World Series. Do you agree with that one there? Do you think the writers got this one right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, they got it right 100%. And I'm being a little biased. I am. But, yeah, Mookie's, he's an overall great player. He's a clubhouse guy. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him in Boston. He may be taking over Boston, taking over the Poppy era. So, I got nothing but the best. I wish nothing but the best for Mookie. And I appreciate what he's doing.
And he's young, too. Mookie is like, what, 23?
Yeah. He may be a little...
Or 25? Yeah, I'm about to look it up.
Yeah, you have to stat check that. Yeah, I believe I'm pretty sure you're older than 23. But yeah, he's a young guy.
26. That's what's up. So I mean,
defenders in the league.
But even though he won MVP, do you feel like he's like they say? Like Mike, Dave told me last recording, and I see it on TV all the time on ESPN. Like they say, Mike Trout is hands down the best baseball player in the league. And he just don't get the MVP, like sort of like LeBron James.
Yeah,
like LeBron is the best player in basketball, but just don't get the MVPs.
Yeah, and
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Is it like
it
the
works
team
like
success?
that? I don't agree with it. I believe if you're the best player, you should get MVP.
But I think
LeBron will have 10 MVPs,
but a lot of times, best player doesn't necessarily transition to most valuable as well.
No, it don't.
Even though, like when you compare it to like LeBron has. James Harden won MVP last year, and we're getting sidetracked. But anyways, James Harden won MVP last year, but you can't tell me he was more valuable than LeBron. You look at that fucking Cleveland team right now; they're fucking what 1-9, 1-11, or some shit like that. Like they suck. This is the same team that LeBron was just on. Yeah. But like, talking about Mike Trout, like Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, and my Angels have been trashed the last couple of years. They just can't get it together. But still, like he's doing what he like. You look at his numbers.
Yeah, it's always there. The hustle, the heart, every factor. He's a 5-tool player. He has all the tools. He is the best player in baseball, but they're not doing anything over there. They're not winning ball games and they're not making the playoffs. So do you believe the MVP plays a factor in winning? Plays a factor in the MVP?
I do, and I think it should play a factor in it. But at the same time, I don't think that a lot of times in sports, I feel like they give the MVP to the best player on the best team.
It makes it easier,
right? It makes it a lot easier, and it's usually used like as the determining factor.
Yeah,
but I think it's just so much more that goes in the MVP. Like you got to take into account the stats, the team that they're around, and what they're doing with said team. Like, could this team be doing the same thing without this player?
Yeah.
Like, could the Red Sox have won the World Series without Mookie Betts if they replaced him with like a lesser guy?
Possibly. I believe so. Possibly.
Right.
You know, JD had a great year. You know, JD was clutch.
Yeah.
You know, I believe.
And I think they was saying that too. He said that JD should have been on this list.
Yeah, and he wasn't. He didn't even make the list, which I thought was crazy. You know, he had a big year. You know, clutch moments. JD showed up all the time for the Red Sox. He was probably one of the clutchest guy on the team. And I'm a big clutch guy, man. I don't care about the blowouts, the garbage home runs. Like Giancarlo, he's the king of the garbage home runs. Like, he don't hit clutch home runs.
Right.
Like, they don't mean anything. They're giving you a 98 miles per hour fastball.
They look great.
And asking you to hit it.
They look great on paper.
Hit it as hard as you can. The game means absolutely nothing. And he crushes it, and you end up with 40 home runs, but how many of those clutch? So I'm a big clutch guy. If you don't perform in the clutch, then your stats really don't.
They don't mean that much.
Yeah, they don't mean that. They don't hold too much weight with me. But,
I feel you.
So with that being said, I thought JD, he could have been in there based on clutch alone this year.
Okay.
Clutch moments alone. You factor in the playoffs, he would have won it.
Right. Yeah, they say without JD step. He won World Series MVP, didn't he?
Yeah, he went nuts. He went absolutely nuts this year in the playoffs.
That's what's up. Okay, so that was the AL. Mookie Betts the winner. And then in the NL, you had Christian Yelich, Nolan Arenado, and Javier Baez. And ultimately the winner was Yelich from the Brewers. Do you agree with that one there?
Yeah, I do. I do agree with the Christian Yelich.
Okay.
Winning the MVP. Based on the fact that shout out to Christian Yelich. Like, everybody, how do you get rid of Christian Yelich if you're the Miami Marlins? How do you get rid of Yelich? You get rid of Giancarlo, and you get rid of Yelich, and you get rid of Ozuna. Not including D-Gore. They got rid of all their players.
Yeah. But they said they kind of had to do that, though, because it was kind of stuck in no man's land. Like, they got this major payroll, and they got all these players, but like they're not doing anything.
How are you stuck in no man's land and your outfield is solidified?
The pitcher?
No, but no man's land is nothing.
Like, look at, like,
you know what I'm saying?
No man's land to me is like you're in that medium where you're a 500 team or less, just a little under 500 or just above 500, but you're not getting to the playoffs.
Okay. Prime example. Pittsburgh. They got rid of McCutchen this year. Right? Now, it was a surprise to some people, but if you're around Pittsburgh baseball and you watch Pittsburgh baseball, Gregory Polanco and Sterling Marte they were ready to go. Mm-hmm. Like, as far as perform, they were turning into the thoroughbreds of the outfield. Mm-hmm. McCutchen ended up getting the MVP. Ended up, taking the high class, or I should say first class seating, and he turned subpar to me based on that. I feel like he lost his hunger once he sort of made it to the top. And they could have said that with Giancarlo. He got the big contract. He's coming to work. He's not showing that same buzz, that same energy.
Right.
And got rid of him. But to get rid of Ozuna and Yelich, which was the young guys, if you watch the Marlins, they showed up during the season.
The Marlins basically have traded back-to-back MVPs. I got seen that. I was like, damn, that's kind of fucked
crazy.
up. That's some thunder shit.
Man, that's crazy. Like, what is Jeter doing? Who gave Jeter the job, man? Shout out to Derek Jeter, man.
And bless the Yankees.
Who gave him the job, man? Just gave him Giancarlo here.
He owned the team, though, right?
Yeah.
He gave himself the job.
Oh, he did. Actually, you're right. I thought they GM'd him. I didn't know he bought the team.
Yeah, he owned that shit, or a portion of it. All right, but hey, shout out to Christian Yelich, man. Pulled it off for the Brewers.
Yeah, but he had a great year, man.
Yeah,
he had a great year. I thought they did him wrong by trading him there, but he got put in a better position. And he's, 326. That's amazing. 36 home runs, 110 ribbies.
I got you.
He had a great year.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Slug 598. on base percentage, 402. So, he really deserved it. I thought Arenado had a great year. Baez, I don't believe he should be on this paper, but
dang, I wish Dave was here. I'd be going there right now because Dave had Baez he wish he could have gave it to Baez.
Wow.
Dave picked Christian Yelich to win, but he said he definitely loved Javier. Just the way he plays. He just swings at everything.
So you're giving out MVPs by the way the player plays. Okay. The way they play. Okay.
All right.
I can understand that.
But you do agree, Yelich definitely deserved it.
Yeah, Vladimir should have won about 5 MVPs if that was the case.
Shout out to Vladimir, man. Yeah. Shout out to his son. His son gonna be a beast.
Yeah, hopefully.
I seen him play in Buffalo for the Bisons, man. He hit a home run. It was a good game.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. So that's our baseball section of it. And then I want to dabble into NCAA real quick for a little bit. So in NCAA football, Tua with a knee injury in his last game against Missouri in that blowout took him out the game and he didn't return. And they said on ESPN that they feel like Alabama it might be a little bit vulnerable now if Tua can't become completely healthy by the time they start playing these marquee games and then also the playoff games. Do you believe in that? Do you still think does that make Alabama a little bit vulnerable, or you just think it's all bullshit?
Vulnerable to what?
To like a upset loss.
Well, they play Citadel this week,
right? Like, okay, they're gonna blow them out 72-0 probably
in the first half.
I wonder what the line is on that one. I gotta look that line up. That shit gotta be crazy.
It's infinity symbol next to it.
But then when they start playing like the SEC championship games.
Yeah.
Then if he's not fully healthy.
Well, they just played the number 3 team, LSU, and they was 17
Shut their asses out.
They were 17-point favorites. I have never seen that. I have to check my stats on that one. Number 1 team playing the number 3 team at the number 3 team place and 17-point favorites, and they shut them out and they crushed them.
Alabama's fucking 50-point favorites.
50.
I know I'm not reading that right. I can't be reading that right. Hold on.
That's the degrees.
Hold on.
They're 50-point favorite. They have a 99.9% chance of winning the game.
Yeah.
According to ESPN.
Considered more than 50-point favorites over Citadel. Whoa. Okay.
And I'm taking Bama. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
They might be the greatest team I ever seen.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't believe into that bullshit hype that the injury to Tua is going to make them susceptible to an upset loss to one of these?
No, they're just susceptible by winning by 20 now.
Okay.
Instead of 40s and 50s,
they're going to be 20 points.
Yeah, maybe 17. Team might get a late one, but they're going to be down 20 points, and then they may cover because they're going to be giving up 20 points, 17 points to any and everybody. They play decent. And that'll be the way the team covers. They get a late touchdown. But, I mean, it is college football. And, one thing is for sure. These college players are unpredictable.
That's a fact.
One of them go to sleep. They was, doing other things, out partying, drinking, whatever the case may be. And they don't show up the next day. You see it in college football all the time. You've seen it with the USC, with Vince Young, and that pretty much shot me. I thought that USC team was pretty good.
Yeah, Vince Young put on. That was probably the best performance I've seen in a college football game.
Yeah,
that shit was phenomenal.
I thought that was one of the better teams I've seen.
USC.
Yeah, that
yeah, and Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. Yeah, Lindell White.
That team was awesome. But the way they beating teams in the first half, they can't even help it. I don't even think they're trying to score this many points, but
just the way,
and their run game is so good. Like, you have to literally ask the running backs to lay down after 15 yards.
Right.
Stop running in the middle of the third quarter.
The offensive line is overpowered.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The offensive line is overpowered. Like, this the offense in general. They got the best receiver in the country, the best quarterback in the country. Offensive line is dominating. The running backs, you know what you're getting out of Alabama.
They got the best everything.
Best everything. The best head coach. The best coaching staff, period.
Best defense.
The defense is coming, come on.
Best fan base. Like,
that shit is crazy. And then, it's like Alabama, that's it. Like it's just Alabama down there in that area.
Yeah, they may be mad they don't win